pay attention to what your body tells you. And if you feel a funny, try to go into a meditation and ask your Christos self to give you more information. This is how you start to become a monitoring system for yourself, for what's happening on the planetary grids. Now, there were times when I felt certain forces come in. It was just like a wave of nauseating yuck, a couple of different times, just seemed to roll across the planet and just hit me. Just like moved through my second chakra, turned my stomach, and came out of nowhere. I mean, I was in a good mood until it hit. When those things happen, that means you're picking up on something on a large scale that just happened with planetary energies. Some negative thing might have come in. I felt it when the Anunnaki groups came into the underground bases. Right, that was in like 97 when, 98, no, it was 98. It was November 98 when a whole fleet of them came in from Nibiru and from Sirius A, and they went into the underground bases that are here. And it just registered in my body. I had no idea what it was when it happened. We were just driving in a car, and all of a sudden I felt this wave of black yucky stuff roll across a cornfield that we were driving by. But it seemed like it spread out across the whole planet, and it hit the car. It came through it this way. We were going this way, hit it this way. Flipped my stomach instantly. Actually gave me vertigo for about a second. It was so strong. And then it kind of like moved on through, and I could feel it. It was going and passing whatever that yuck was all the way through. So what the heck was that? You know, I didn't know what it was, but I knew it was awful. It felt awful. And then they told me. They said they've arrived. And I didn't know which they, who has arrived. And then they explained to me who they were, and they were certain different fleets of the ones from Atlantis, running the Atlantean conspiracy, that had decided it was time to start, like the next phase of it. And they had brought their ships into a lot of the underground bases. A lot of the places like Leela has seen have, if you go deep enough, you will find buried spaceships in those places. All right, they're like parking places. They use them a lot because they can take them down through the dimensional spectrum, and then they kind of remanifest in certain spaces that you can't find directly by digging. You have to go through frequency modulation fields. So these areas, we're going to heal these areas. That means they're not going to be able to get their spaceships out. It also means it's going to blow the protection fields on their spaceships that are parked in these spaces, where our scientists will be able to start finding them. And boy, it's going to be like an X-Files episode when they discover one of these. I mean, some of them are huge. Some of them are like city-craft size, where they're like football field or bigger. When they start to realize that there are these things, and radar has not been picking them up, ground-penetrating radar has not been picking them up, because they have fields that bounce the radar back, where it just looks like natural topography down there. So there's a lot of discoveries that are just waiting to come out. This is the world we're walking into. We can look at it in two ways. We can let ourselves become sad because it's going to be hard to find people to talk to about this level of data. That's why it's good if we can keep connection with each other either through snail mail or email. It's very hard for me to talk to anybody, okay, because I am so drowned in having to have publishers' deadlines and the next wave of stuff they want to bring out. I don't even get a chance to talk to my daughter that's in college or my family, that's up in Pennsylvania or anything like that. I will try, when I can. What we're trying to do is get to the point where we have a website developed where we can start posting, like updates and that kind of stuff, so you guys have the latest of what's coming out. We'll always try, if there's a crisis or anything, we'll always try to help any of you if we possibly can. So we don't want you to feel like there's no support for this, but Michael and I are only two people right now, and it's kind of funny. A lot of times people need the encouragement and the support and the connection so much that they don't realize that, we could use that too as far as the support. People are constantly needing energy and needing, information and needing healing and all this from me. And I would give it, but sometimes I wish people would realize, and I think you guys can. I mean, you saw me through this thing. I hardly even had time to sleep. I haven't washed my hair since I've been here. There's just no time to do it. I don't know how we're getting through from one day to the next.